Is Luka coming back? Does LeBron need Luka? Does Luka need to come back? Because fans seem a little frustrated at this point.
Listen, he had a tough hand. I think we all maybe overestimated the impact of Spanish medicine, as it turns out. You know, as we approach America 250, maybe a rare moment in 2026 of patriotism, because Anthony Edwards stayed domestic. He's back in 6 days. Austin Reeves, who doesn't appear to have a 1% of muscle definition anywhere on his body, he stayed domestic. He's back early. Luka, he goes overseas. He seems to be behind schedule. So I don't know. But since you started there, Mike Ryan, I do have a question for you. Did you happen to catch an interview Mike Breen did recently and what he said about LeBron James and his longevity?
What did he say?
Did he say that he's going to be an all-star at age 50?
Well, he said he could play at 50. So Mike Breen, the voice of the NBA, he goes to the finals every year. He was not asked whether he'd be an all-star or not, but he said, Mike Breen, unbiased journalist, Mike Breen said LeBron could play another 8 to 9 years. Well, he's 41. 8 to 9 would put him at 50. I'm simply saying because the odds are LeBron won't play until 50. To settle who was right on our wager, would LeBron be an all-star at age 50 or not? We're just going to need to kind of, context clues, and I would say that's another one in my favor.
Are they going to win any games this round?
Maybe one. And then, listen, I'm sure Zaz and, folks of your ilk will move the goalposts this round the way you did last round, where it went from the Lakers have no shot, they're going to get swept, and then in a few days it was actually change of heart. The Rockets are awful. I just wasn't paying attention all year. No one would get swept by this team, and this means nothing. And then 2 days later, you know what? Third change of heart. The Rockets no longer awful. In fact, the Rockets might have a chance to be the first team ever to come back from 3-0 down. And if LeBron does that, holy, what does that mean for his legacy? And then 2 days later, after the Game 6 masterclass, no, the Rockets are awful again. It's all Kevin Durant's fault. So right now we're at the spot of the series of the Lakers are probably going to get swept and are, deserve to be swept probably given the talent disparities. But if they get one single solitary win, the conversation will go to, Oklahoma City, overrated? Because that's kind of what folks need to do as we see a 41-year-old being the story of the NBA playoffs.
Nick, how surprised were you that LeBron, after the game, when asked, hey, how can you guys fix your offensive issues? He immediately just said, well, we're missing Luka, as opposed to kind of the usual playoff speak we hear, well, it's next man up and we just got to be better or whatever. He immediately went to, well, we're missing a 35-point-per-game scorer, so that's it.
I think isn't that correct?
It's correct, but I've never thought I'd hear LeBron speak in that way, because that feels a little nihilistic, to be honest with you. LeBron at this stage of his career has usually been pretty honest about where his team is. Was it this year, I think it was this year after a game. It might have been last year after a game against the Celtics. One of the last 2 years, sorry, I don't need to get bogged down in the details. The Lakers got clocked by the defending champ. So it was either this year against the Thunder or last year against the Celtics. And he was asked about it, and he was like, well, they're a championship team and we're not. Flatly. They're a championship level team and we're not. And he is correct that the only, real fix would be getting Luka back. With that said, if I'm the Lakers and they are going to need 15 things to go perfect to win this series. But one of them is, and maybe one of the hardest to accomplish, is doing what they did last night to SGA multiple times. The fact that I thought the SGA thing was really interesting. And listen, the guy's about to be a 2-time MVP. He is already
one of the 35 greatest players ever. He's a champion. He also can be maddening to watch. And I do think that it is noteworthy that in the first quarter, on 3 separate occasions, he tried to do his, just utter nonsense of, I have no hope of even making a basket here. I just have a hope to flail and get to the line. The refs didn't give it to him, and it led to the fewest points he has scored in a calendar year. And it led to him turning the ball over. I do think part of what makes SGA so special and so unstoppable is he sets the tone with defenders early of, you better not even get close to me or I will end up at the line. They then adjust how they feel they can guard him, and then he scores 30 points. Last night, the refs weren't going to be tricked by it early. They did get tricked by it once or twice, but it threw him off his game a bit. That has to happen. Bron has to do what he did last night, which is everything offensively with efficiency, which is going to be hard every other day. And then, obviously, they need Austin Reeves to play better, but Reeves is, right back off an injury. He's going to be up and down a bit. They need all of that to get 1 game, much less to get 4. They're probably going to lose the series. I mean, there's a reason that the Thunder were minus 3,000 for the series.